Hey everybody, how's it going? Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be doing our fourth world coin search in our new series. I bought a ton of coins and I paid a little bit extra so that we could get a better variety. So we've been having a lot of fun unboxing them every other Wednesday, and today hopefully will be no exception to that. So I'm going to pour them out and get started, and we'll see what we find. I'm going to be going coin by coin. Alright, the first thing that's going to be catching my eye today is this £1 coin, and this is from Great Britain. It's still got value, £1, but I do think that it was demonetized, meaning that you would need to take it to a bank. Here we have a coin from Singapore, 1971, 5-cent coin, and it says, increased production, more food from the sea. I personally not a big seafood fan, but I guess they want more food from their sea. This looks like a Russian coin, maybe. 2 rubles, I'd assume, from 1998. So that's always neat. You don't get those all the time. Here's something else that looks kind of cool in pretty good condition, reminding me of that main lighthouse, is the 25-cent coin from Barbados, 1973. It says pride and industry. Maybe that's their national slogan. I'm not too sure. Here we've got a 64 halfpenny from Britain, so that's pretty interesting. I think that that's a particularly nice design featured on coinage. Another 25-cent coin from Barbados, and we'll get 5 cents this time with an alligator on it, so that's pretty interesting. From Jamaica, 1972. Right here we have a Spanish coin. It says 1966 on it, but we'll check in the star for the real date, and I'll zoom in. So it's right there, and it looks like it says 67, so the series was made in 1966, but this specific coin was made in 67. This one looks a little bit older, so I wanted to take it out in 1927, 1 penny from Britain, so it seems like we've gotten a fair amount of those British coins today. Here we've got a Mexican one, 100 pesos from 1985, Carranza, I guess, and they had a lot of inflation, I believe, and then they ended up devaluing the currency to bring it back down. So that's why you see some numbers like that are really high. They're not actually worth that much anymore, though. You can't spend them in circulation. Here's a 1 peso. Moving on, we've got a coin that's cool in terms of its shape. It feels aluminum, and it's that almost looks Pakistani in the back, but I'm not sure exactly what country this is from. It's 10 of something, and it's from an Arabic nation, as that's what the coin looks like. This is going to be 10 ore from Sweden, 1965. So that's a fun find. I've been looking at this coin for a while. Really funny story behind this one. So this is a Morelos peso, and they were made, I think, from 1954 to 1964 or 58 to 68. I don't know the exact dates, but it's actually a 10% silver coin. So you might see this say, wow, I got a lot of silver. It's more like the amount of silver that's in a dime or a little bit less, but hey, it's still a little bit of AU, though I think that it's kind of a waste that they would only put 10% silver in a specific coin. This is 1 Deutsche Mark, 1956. 100 Pfennig is 1 Deutsche Mark, and it's still readily exchanged in the banks, probably worth, I think, like 80 or 70 cents, something like that along those lines. That looks like a cool coin. I think I might save that for later. 50 francs here in 1951. This is a slightly older coin. I think it's cool, though. Here we've got 1997 Malaysian 1 sen. So we've had some fun finds from the Asian continent today. We had the Russian one. This, though, does not look like something we've seen before. A 5 shilling, 1962. I don't know if I've gotten that specific denomination ever. It's got a neat horse on the front of it. And then this one looks like a Hong Kong coin. Indeed, it is 50 cents from 1978. Moving on, we're going to get a close look at this coin here, 1975 20C, which is probably centavos because this is a Mexican coin. It's a decent pickup. And then here is a country that we haven't seen today either, 1976 Ireland, 5 pence. And it's got that kind of ox on the front of the coin. Another halfpenny here, 1966. Again, interesting design. I really like that. I always welcome finding them. Here's something that I don't recognize, 1980, and it says Ang Bagong Lipunan. Looks like Filipino coin. I don't know why there's a 1949 on the inside of that. 25 centimos. Pretty neat. There's a pretty large coin population from Philippines on YouTube. Here is Uraca, and it is 1 centésimo from Panama, 1974. So that's a fun country. And I've said this a lot, but Panama trades exactly with the dollar coin. 10 of something from Israel here, probably 10 agarot or something like that. I don't exactly know the specific denomination, the specific words that I should be describing that as 10 of. Here's 500 pesos from Mexico, also kind of that inflated currency. And then here we've got 50 centavos from 1959 Portugal. This could be silver. It also might not. I really don't know. I would guess, if I had to make a guess, I would guess that it's silver, but I could be totally off base there. I'm not too sure. I think I once had a 47 coin that wasn't, so actually it probably isn't, but if it is, I'll update you guys here below. 1948, 1 shilling. This would need to be 2 years older in order to be silver. Unfortunately, it's not, but it's still a cool older coin. This looks like Magyar, I think it's Hungary. And yeah, so 10 forint. Forint means Hungarian. That's a fun addition here. This one, 1975, from Poland, I think, because this 5 zloty, Z-L-O-T-Y. That's still circulating over there as well. Hong Kong 50 cents. So this is like the newer, or older, I guess, version, 1967. But it's held up pretty well. It's a good-looking coin. This is a large Jamaican coin, 1981. Oh, and I like this side, World Food Day, October 16th, 1981. Maybe it's some type of commemorative or something. Little flower design there. This is a very worn coin. That almost looks like the German coin emblem. 5 Pfennig, 1921 would confirm that from the German Reich, the second one. This here is a Netherlands coin. Not too old, a 1 cent from 1968, though I guess technically that's now, over 50 years old. So maybe, I'm not too old, but I still think of 1968 as more recent than 50 years ago, though it's definitely not the case if you look at the actual numbers. Sorry about that. My phone was interrupted with a phone call. But yeah, franc 1978. Still saving that for later. I'm curious what that is. It looks kind of old. 5 new pence, though, right now, 1980. So that's interesting. And these square coins always catch my eye. 1918 from India, though, is pretty old. This dates back to the time when England was presiding over India. 2 Annas. Up next is my French coin series, 1 franc from 1941. And that's aluminum, but it's not Vichy coinage. There was some Vichy, but that's not, as you can tell from the slogan. Here, though, is 10 CT from 2000, Netherlands. Okay, I'm not sure if that's just straight up cents. I don't really know how they did it. I thought that it was 1 gulden makes is the equivalent of $1 there. 1961, 1 franc. And then here is a franc from Belgium, 1990. Very small coin, and I wouldn't have recognized it otherwise. I don't love their designs for some of their bigger denominations. Here's a cool coin. I always loved finding these. 1 cent, 1964, Sir Milton Margai on the front of that coin from Sierra Leone. This one is Peruvian, I think. Un Sol de Oro, 1969 from Peru. Here we've got Swedish ore, 10 ore from 1970. And then it looks like another Mexican coin here, 1972, 5 centavos. This also looks pretty old. 1866, awesome. We've gotten a lot of this older Italian stuff, so I'm glad to pick that out in these lots, 10 centesimi. And that actually has a surprisingly good-looking obverse. It's definitely very worn, but it's kind of held up well. Here's more Peruvian, 1968. Drachma here, 1976 from Greece. I should just clarify there. Cool ship also featured there. 2 francs, 1944, World War II from Belgium. Okay, interesting. It's cool to see the switches in World War II in terms of how the countries shifted their currency designs. 10 lire, 1965. Hong Kong, 1956, 10 cents. I've seen a fair amount of that. This is interesting, very uncirculated, but I couldn't tell you what it is. And the lettering is not something that I'm familiar with, but it looks like a fish and maybe some bread, so maybe it's another food coin. Fiji, 1992, 2 cents. That's pretty cool. We finished up our last series with a coin from Macau, also in the oceanic regions, so that's kind of neat. 20 centimes, 1963 from France. 10 cents. Also a Barbados coin, 1979. We've gotten a fair amount of those recently. This one is Italian. I have no idea how old this is. 1980, 200 lire, because I'd never seen their 200 lire coin before. I'd always kind of dealt with their 150, their more recognizable stuff. And then lastly, I don't really know. Let's see what it says. That is not something that I know anything about. And I'm going to try to research it before the final recap so that I can explain what it is to you. Very interesting. It's almost like a sheep or goat or ram on the front of it, and the reading's not legible on the back. So I almost wonder what that really means. Also, that numbering doesn't seem reminiscent of any number system that I'd know too well. So I'll be back soon. So I was unfortunately unable to identify that. I'm going to do some work, and I'll try to have edited it retroactively when I actually do the movie itself. And in a recap, though, we got the cool 1866 coin, potential silver here. We had an unknown mystery coin that I'll be following up on, and a variety of other things. I really like that coin from India. So I look forward to seeing you back on either my other videos or the next WorldCoin video, which will be in 2 weeks from now, 2 Wednesdays in front of us. Thanks for watching the video. If you haven't already, I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay in contact with me on my Instagram, TreasureTownYT, Facebook, TreasureTown, or my website, TreasureTownYT.com. And I love receiving packages from you guys. I'll unbox them in a video once I get enough, and my address for that is TreasureTown, P.O. Box 201, Greenwich, Connecticut, 06836. So I'll see you on some of my other videos.